We go to Michigan,
I don't give a
where a 2-hour star-studded event took place hosted by one Oprah Winfrey.
Who?
Who was the guest speaker? Well, if you guessed Queen of the Word Salads, cackling Kamala, you would be correct.
Why?
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and it was 2 hours of
bullshit?
I hope you brought your hit boots. And it's what's next. A happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. I am Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next, another daily dose for you. Common sense, facts, and salt. Going into the weekend, always a good thing. Last night something happened. You might have missed it. A 2-hour star-studded event of epic proportions happened in Michigan, hosted by one Oprah Winfrey. Yes, remember her? She used to be relevant at one time, but no longer. Who was the guest speaker? The one and the only cackling Kamala. Yes, Kamala knee pads, Kamala Willie Brown. Yes, Willie Brown side piece. Queen of the word salads herself. And what did he talk about? Hard-hitting policies that are going to strike at the core of this nation if she were to become president of the United States. Not really. It was a 2-hour word salad of bullshit, and I hope you brought your hit boots. And here we go. This comes out of New York Post. Kamala Harris gets called out by Oprah for dodging questions at a Michigan campaign event, again offering zero proposals. Color me shocked. Kamala Harris on Thursday night attended a star-studded campaign event hosted by Oprah, who used to be relevant at one time, was forced to nudge the vice president to get to the point and during a rambling response to a policy question posed by the audience. The 2-hour Love Fest, Unite for America livestream event from Michigan was meant to highlight the grassroots organizations that are backing Harris and give voters the opportunity to ask her and her platform. But the Democratic presidential nominee, who was voted in fairly squarely, didn't offer any new policy proposals. Again, color me shocked. At one point in the evening, Harris was questioned about what she would do to secure the southern border. Quote, "So it's a wonderful and important question. My background as a prosecutor and also was elected Attorney General for 2 terms in the border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me. This is something I've actually worked on." Harris began their 3-minute diatribe that ended with blasting Republicans for not passing the bipartisan border bill. So to answer Justin's question, Winfrey interjected. "Now that the bill is gone and hasn't passed, will you introduce, or shall I say reintroduce?" The Billionaire Talk Show host asked Harris before being cut in. "Absolutely," the vice president said. "When I am elected president of the United States by hook or by crook, I will make sure that the bill gets on my desk and will sign it into law." Without offering any new policies on how to solve the actual crisis going on at the southern border. Yes, remember that? 11 to 15 million illegals crossing the border in 3.5 years of dementia? Well, the Unite for America event was meant to reach a large number of voters through Winfrey's presence, again, irrelevant, and a number of simultaneous streaming platforms on social media. A wide list of celebrities included Chris Rock and Ben Stiller, who said they were voting for Harris, also tuned in for the event. And remember, Ben Stiller said at one point he wished he was black. The 24 Democratic nominee spoke at length about abortion, saying it's immoral to say that a person has no right to make a decision about what happens to their body and being violated. My body, my choice. Remember that happened during the pandemic? Nah, you might have forgotten. Harris was also reiterate that she would offer new homeowners $25,000 for their down payment, increasing tax deductions for new small business owners, and a child tax credit. $25,000 for every person who wanted a house. You know where that money was going to. Those who really can afford it, like poverty-stricken and illegals, just to name a few. Winfrey, who endorsed Harris and delivered a speech at the Democratic National Convention, yes, remember that? No, nobody remembers it, remarked that she had been more active and more swagger since Joe Dementia bowed out of the race. We have each of these moments in our lives where it's time to step up, Harris said as how she felt about Biden suspended his bid. Yes, he was, he did it freely of his own will. I felt a sense of responsibility, to be honest with you, and that comes with a sense of purpose. Harris took one veil hit at Trump. The beauty of a democracy, as long as we can hold on to it, the beauty of a democracy is each of us has the power. Sorry, we're a republic, and if you want to keep it, you better fight for it. The vice president also has 6 total media interviews before the live stream with Winfrey as 24 candidate, on track to be the fewest of any recent presidential nominee. Remember, she had one sit-down interview this past Friday. I'll talk about that in my thoughts. She also waited over a month to present a list of policy proposals, but has said that she's not Joe Dementia and we can't go back to Trump. Again, same bullshit nonsensory. Her campaign manager, Jen O'Malley Dillon, admitted that the race was close against Trump and urged voters to turn out. While we have this extraordinary growing enthusiasm, yes, I'm sure you do, and that the vice president and governor, yes, Tampon Tim, were seen everywhere, well, we're still seeing a margin of error rates. It's tied, she said. The tide right here is, it's tied right here in Michigan. It's tied in all the battleground states. So it's going to take us to build a pathway, many pathways, to 270 electoral votes. That's what we're focused on. Excuse me, my thoughts. What I mentioned earlier is that she had one interview in 54 days, her first sit-down interview in 54 days, and that was with the ABC affiliate in Philadelphia. And a question was brought up. Again, I said this in a prior video, so I'll bring it up again because this fits it perfectly. She was asked, what two specific policies would you do to lower costs? I grew up in a wonderful neighborhood, construction workers, and we watched each other's back. That was her answer. The guy looked at her like, are you retarded? So now you have her for 2 hours in front of Oprah, who still has some semblance of relevancy, not as much as she did 25 years ago. But anyway, some people were going to tune in. Now, regular people like you and I, we had other things to do, like, I don't know, living and breathing. But anyway, it was a 2-hour bullshit fest. Ramble, 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 attack Trump. Ramble, 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 attack Trump. That's what it is. You take her off script, she's absolutely fucking worthless. She is. She's worthless. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. She's a clown and you must treat her as such. It's exactly what the Trump campaign is doing. So I'm sure Trump had a chuckle, watching some of this. And I'm sure his aides have told him the same things that, we watched this 2 hours of dread and Dreck and Meyer. And here's some of the lowlights. Let's put an ad campaign together. That's what I would have done, but that's just me. But at the end of the day, it was nonsense. It was a worthless 2 hours that practically no one saw and that no one gave it about, except for the diehard Oprah fans and, of course, some of the celebrity knuckleheads who have endorsed her. But then again, what do you expect? And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please have a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.